Hey guys, it's Monday, which means it's Day by Day Hacks. We are here with Dr. John David Smith. He's helping us think about why missions should be a central part of what we're doing, thinking, praying every day as we are spending time with the Lord. And so yesterday, BMA churches all over the nation took up our World Missions Day offering. Dr. John David, help us to think about how we can include BMA missions into our consistent time with the Lord.
That's great. Well, we mentioned a couple weeks ago here on this podcast about, hey, please don't just pray for those missionaries.
Yeah.
Know a name, know where they are,
Right.
where they serve, what is the context there. We talked about some difficult context last week. Know what is it right now that they're struggling with, or God's given a victory or whatever, but know with some specificity what's going on in their life. Well,
Yeah.
how can we know that?
Yeah.
And then how can we, incorporate that into my daily prayer time?
Right.
And, I'll tell you from my own daily prayer time, I do have a prayer journal that's at the end of my Bible study, and I write down names, specific names,
Right.
from all over the world. And most of those are from my trips the last 6 months. So I've had personal interaction.
Right.
Well, in the absence of that opportunity, what do? Well,
Right.
simple hacks
Yeah.
is please go to bmaglobal.org.
Yeah.
And on our website, you'll find just unlimited information. I mean, more than you can process.
Yeah.
So I would say go there. You can find it at bmamissions.org, or just Google BMA Global. It'll take you to the same spot.
Okay.
And on there, it has stories. There's a current story about Jerry Kidd, by the
Okay.
way, we discussed last week.
Yeah.
Give you way more information about the way he got to Bolivia specifically. But there are stories. We have Mission World TV that is a monthly
that's
video presentation, interview, could be footage from a mission field that Yolanda Merrill does a great job with. And so I encourage you to go watch those, just one a month, but that's a great resource. And then social media, just go basically to most social media platforms. Facebook, type in BMA Global. You're going to see constant threads and constant posts of new information from the mission field with specific stories or updates or prayer requests, all of that. And so I would encourage people to focus in. If your church supports missionaries, who are they?
Right.
Well, start there.
Yeah.
Get to know them. Send them an email and say, hey, how can I pray for you today?
Yeah. You don't think the missionaries would mind that email?
They would not.
Yeah.
They would not. And they would rejoice in that, and knowing that people are praying.
Right.
And that's another source that I was going to mention here. Most all the missionaries have a produced newsletter.
Right.
Hey, write them an email and say, hey, include me
Yeah.
in your newsletter,
Yep.
or send it to me. And there are always praises and prayer requests and ups and downs of missionary life and struggles and praises. So that's a great source as well. Now, some of the other sources of how BMA people can track BMA global missions and missionaries: the website, Mission World TV, as we talked about, social media. All the state papers, and I don't have to explain that to BMA folks, have an insert, BMA Global insert, which takes the place of what we used to produce separate as Mission World Magazine.
Yeah.
It's basically same content.
Yeah.
You get it through your state paper. It's usually very detailed. It's usually pretty lengthy, and a really good source. And then one other thing is, they can via text message, they can text the word missions with an S to the number 33222. So 33222, and once a week on Monday morning about 10 a.m., you will get a text just saying, hey, pray for this BMA global missionary today.
Right.
We promise you there will be no money solicitations.
There's not. Yeah, I get them every week.
So nobody's going to ask for money.
Right.
It's just saying, pray for this.
Yeah.
There could be a special one if there's a real prayer need that's a crisis moment or something.
Right.
But those are ways that you can go from, oh, God, bless those missionaries, to, oh God, bless the Hambrices
Yeah.
in Wantakia today as they try to move that new congregation to start a new congregation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever the prayer request is,
Right,
right?
right. Yeah, that's great. And I would, even kind of piggybacking off our conversation from last week about individualized versus corporate.
Right.
I would even challenge the people that are watching this and thinking about missions every day in their life to maybe even go to their pastor if there's not like the missions liaison person that is gathering up this information and say, hey, can I be this person so that I am able to help keep our eyes focused on missions just by giving updates we've used the Mission World TV.
Yeah.
We've used it during our offering times
That's
because
awesome.
they're usually 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
They're not long or anything
Typically
like that.
not very lengthy.
But it's a punch of information that fits well in that part of the service for us.
Right. That's a good
and
idea.
So there's ways to not just keep it before yourself,
right,
but to keep it before your church
That's
as
a
well.
great point. And we know that most Baptist churches, especially in our context, that pastor is the do-all, be-all.
That's right.
And it's hard to do all and be all. And so, passing that responsibility because there are people that are zealous about it. And certainly here at BMA Global, we're always open. We have lots of people when you contact us here that can give you lots of resources that can help you down that path. And so that's a great idea.
Great.
It is.
Wonderful. Thank you for being with us this month, Dr. John
Thank you.
David. And we hope that has helped you maybe reframe exactly what missions is, that it's not something tangent or on the periphery of what God is doing in the world. It is what God is doing in the world, and He's calling us to jump in with both feet into the stream of what He's doing. Until next time on Day by Day Hacks.